and gentlemen, welcome to the Raw Deal. It's me. I don't know. I haven't figured shit out yet. It's Mongo the Bongo, joined of course.
Baby.
Trying to figure out something new, but I'm too tired. Joined of course, first off by our current Are You Having Serious quiz champion, my forever rival and the forever continental champion. He is Matty Reigns. What's going on, Matt?
What is up, everybody? I feel a whole 180 degrees better than I did last Monday at this time. So
good.
What's
good.
Up?
That's what we need. That's what we need to hear.
And P, I have a beer in my hand, so yeah, I'm definitely 100% back.
What's going on, Batty? Cookies, we got Tito and Reggie in the chat. What's going on, y'all? Joining us also, of course, on his vacation, by the way, coming in here. You know, he's not even supposed to be here, but he's here because
he's making his first and last appearance of the week.
Right, exactly. My first and only motherfucking appearance.
Hey, still, look, if I was on vacation, I wouldn't be doing shit, so you're doing more than I would. Of course, our only ever dual champion as far as our current titles are concerned. He is the man behind the camera. He is, of course, Old Man Hawk. I had to ready that name just in case. What's going on, Kenny?
What's going on? I'm in a good mood. I've been fucking lit, as you can see, since Thursday. Like, my eyes have not been higher than this since fucking Thursday. And it's going to keep going this way because my ass is still on vacation. Big shout out to the boy, the current predictions. No, is he the current prediction champion? No, Tito. Tito is. Yeah. Tito is. Big shout out to the boy, the caramel teddy bear. My boy Mike Jones. Tomorrow is his birthday. Mike, I hope you have a fantastic fucking day. Love you, little bro. Get lit. Now let's talk some fucking wrestling. Oh, and shout out to my Niners for giving me a preseason win yesterday. My boy Chowder out here doing his thing.
What?
Chowder Dobbs, baby. Thank you.
Wasn't looking too bad. Let's see.
Yeah, shout out Tennessee. They had them a nice little win over the weekend. I ain't gonna.
Man, fuck Tennessee. That was our loss this season. Fuck Tennessee. Fuck Tennessee. That was our first loss of the preseason. Fuck y'all.
I don't care about the preseason.
I don't either, but still. Fuck y'all.
Oh man. So yeah, let's get into some wrestling news. Let's talk about some stuff. There are a few things we need to get into before we talk about Raw today. First off,
hold on. One thing, Margo. Before we go any further, I and the rest of Under the Ring and Top Rope wish Mama Moment a speedy and healthy recovery. Mama Moment, aka Mama Bush, we love you. Have a speedy and healthy recovery. And next time, make this fucker get it. You don't get it, okay?
You know, that's when I knew. So, in case y'all don't know, my mother fell yesterday in our garage trying to get something out of the attic, and she ended up breaking her hip and her back in a few spots. But luckily, there's no surgery required, which, you know, praise God. I knew she was going to be fine the moment we were, like, waiting for the ambulance to come. And her husband was inside doing something. And I was like, you know, you probably should just let me do this. And she, despite being in agonizing pain, her shoe had been knocked off when she got hit by the ladder. And it was like next to her. And she like threw it in my direction. So I was like, all right, she's fine. She's okay.
And then her comeback was, that's how I knew she was all right. She was like, now, if I was up there, we would have had to spend the next 3 months trying to wake you back up because you would have fell.
Right. So, yeah, Mama's going to be all right, but we still wish you a speedy recovery, Mama. We love you. Speedy recovery, and make Mongo make all the fucking sandwiches. All right? Let him do the fucking cooking. All right? His ass can't breathe, but he can use his hands, damn it, as we can see with his typing. So let him cook.
Oh God, yeah. It's she's back home now. We just got home a few hours ago. I'm sure she's watching this to make sure I don't say anything she doesn't want me to say.
Fly out of nowhere.
Right.
Oh, brother, she's got that aim. One time I was leaving the house down a flight of stairs, halfway out the door, and she caught me in the back of the head with a remote.
Yeah.
Listen,
you ever got hit?
Sniper.
You ever got hit with a Super Nintendo controller? That shit comes back to them like a boomerang once it hits you. Just to let you know that. Just to let you know that. My mama did the Indiana Jones on my ass with that shit. Whackatash! And it came right back to her hand. You ever get hit so hard and no sound come out? That's what happened when she hit me with that shit. She hit me and I went, ah! It just stood
in there.
I froze like Montez does in between commercial breaks.
Do we even need to talk about that? Maybe we do. I don't know. And
the thing about it is, me and Tito have seen that in real life. It's part of his gimmick. He's doing it because what people don't realize is usually the Street Profits have a very long intro. Plain and simple. That song is completely long, and usually during the Street Profits intro, they usually wind up doing a commercial break. As part of his gimmick of always being on and ready for the camera where they don't have to tell him where to be in his spot, Montez freezes wherever he's at as soon as the lights get dim. When me and Tito went, he was frozen on the second rope, holding the fucking cup up the entire commercial break. Until them lights came right back up, and then he hopped down and started doing his everything.
Like that ain't nothing, but people online love to.
People are
right. They're thinking this man is a robot. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Brianna was trying to say that Bree was his handler, that he malfunctioned, and it's like,
no, that's not.
No.
Good God.
Exactly, Tito. Tez is dedicated.
Exactly. That man is dedicated to the entire cause. We show these conspiracy people like the old Bray Wyatt videos and like, oh fuck, he's a lizard, he's a reptile. Oh, he's one of those reptilians.
Like, there's a video on Montez's IG where I think it's like because his birthday just recently passed. If it's like a month ago or something, where
not even. It was like 2 weeks ago.
And he stood in a storefront's window as a model, and he did that same freeze, and people didn't know if he was they didn't know he was a mannequin or if he was a real person because he has that perfected so good. And then seeing that over the weekend, and people are, oh, he's a robot. No, he's just really good at that. Like, if I could stand that still, I would, but I can't.
But they like to show off.
Matt,
Matt,
me and you both were wrong. Me and you both were wrong, Matt. This man was born in May.
Oh. It was. May seems like it was just two weeks ago because these months.
It does. Time is just kind of blending together at this point. So first off, this is going to be a brief thing because really there's not much to talk about outside of the fact that Bobby Lashley's contract has officially expired. The man is gone. Although, according to reports, first on Fightful and a few other places, WWE says that the door is open for eventual appearances and a return whenever he wants to. There's no hard feelings.
I shared a video with you guys in the chat earlier where it was Bobby Lashley versus Ricochet from New Japan. And I legit said, if I would have saw this Bobby Lashley, maybe I would care a little bit more than what I do.
That was TNA Lashley, baby. That was TNA Lashley.
If he goes back to TNA, I can see him. That's the only company I can honestly see him going back to. I don't see him.
But then when he goes back to TNA, I hate to say this, and I don't mean it. You know what? There's no other way it's going to come out besides as racist as it's going to sound. They already got one big bald black dude over there.
I mean, they had
There's no way that can be said without sounding like how it sounds. So I'm just going to say this shit. They already got one milk dud on Roy's over there. I don't know if they can eat two, because then they're going to put them together, and it's going to be a pair of M&Ms.
They're not going to care.
Whoa, watch that. You said a lot of things to me, but we don't cross that line.
They had Drew in there through all of it, so it's not like he's going to be. It's not like they're not going to be used to having two milk duds on the roster. They had them and Moose. They had both of them there.
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna have Moose. It's gonna be him and Moose is more in shape than what he was the first time around. So they definitely gonna look like two chocolate M&Ms on roids.
No, it's gonna be great. They're gonna both hit those same floppy spears
right
at the exact same time. The roll
it'll be a good, because when Lashley was there, Lashley was still Lashley. Because he was always treated better in TNA.
I hate you for even mentioning that.
Like, it took him getting
Gregory Thelonious Bush.
It took him going to TNA, because honestly in TNA he was always treated better. He was always treated better. What we got in WWE was what we had been seeing in TNA. The only, like, honestly, if he goes back to TNA, he'll be actually getting an improved Moose, because he's never faced this Moose.
And see, that's Moose now versus Moose in 2013?
Yeah,
like it's a very different person.
Like I said, it's not that I dislike Bobby Lashley. I like Bobby Lashley. I'm just not a huge fan of his the way everyone else is. And like I said, maybe if I would have watched him in TNA, I guess, and if I would have seen what I saw in that clip more, I probably would be a huge fan of his. That's why for me, him leaving is like, okay.
I think now, I don't know if he can keep up with that pace that he was doing back then.
Right.
He's getting up there. And he's also more jacked than he's ever been in his life.
That's another thing. That man looks like the fucking fucking Geodude. Like, dude is like, he literally looks like he just has arms coming out of a muscle, bro. It's just like
when he was in WWE, when he was with the Profits, everything about him, his presentation, everything matched with him. Even when he was with MVP, everything matched with him. The Hurt Business, everything matches. It's just like now he's gone. And I can see what Kenny means, because for so long, for the last few months where he was there, why did we need to care? Because he wasn't really doing anything, and now he's gone. So it's like, oh, okay, bye. But if this was 3 years ago, if it was 3 years ago in the middle of him winning championships and everything, we probably would have been like, oh, fuck, Bobby Lashley gone. It's going to take him having to show up somewhere, and unfortunately, no pun intended, he's going to have to make an immediate impact for him to, like, do something.
Right. Masha.
That roster like it was when he left in 08.
That's the nail on the point. That's the nail on the head right there. That's it.
That's true. It
is.
That's the thing, is like Lashley is aging. Unfortunately, this is the fact. It's just he's kind of aging out. So, and there's so much talent that are coming up, and now we're seeing the
fucking Tavion Heights
and Tavion and like Braun Breaker. They're starting to get their build, and it's like, we're still doing the thing with the Bloodline, and Cody's a champion. It's like, when was Bob? If Bobby wanted to be a world champion,
when and where?
Where was he going to? And it wasn't going to happen on SmackDown,
because he would. And it's not like he could be a Randy Orton, where it would be a respectful losing champion.
Yeah,
because at least Randy has his story.
Yeah, like Bobby. His WWE Championship run was fun. Him with MVP and like that, all that stuff was great. And it's a shame we didn't get that in front of a crowd, the first time. But now it's just that, like Cookie said, that roster is just loaded beyond. This is probably the best top to bottom roster they've had, maybe ever. I mean, at least like going back to
at least athletically, hands down. Hands down, athletically, this is probably the most athletic roster they've ever had. As far as camera ready to be put on TV, 55.
Yeah, it depends.
It's 55.
Depends on the person.
Like, you know what I mean?
I would probably compare it to like when they had when Lashley was a rookie, when they were like, oh, remember when Raw, SmackDown, and ECW were so stacked, and like everybody was everybody. But like now, if you think about it, this is probably the first time in probably the last 20 years where we've essentially seen people age out and they didn't get like just like shitted on. Their contract ran out, they're gone.
Right. They aged out. We didn't see nobody get pulled off on a stretcher. We didn't see, you know what I mean? Like you said, no one get fired or anything like that. It's just, you know, we still love you. If you want to stick around and show up at events and sign some autographs, you're more than welcome. But we got people that can, you know, fulfill what we need you to do as far as in-ring right now.
Like,
honestly, and him and P have issues clearly with Trips.
Right.
Both of them have said like Vince McMahon understood Bobby Lashley better than Trips. I don't know if that's the case. I think it's more just it really is just the age thing. We're like, look at all these fucking people on this roster.
Also,
this man is nearly 50.
Also, MVP and Lashley both got to realize Trips isn't Vince. Vince was attracted to people who are shaped like Bobby Lashley. So that's what it is when you're like, oh, Vince got Lashley. Vince didn't care if you knew how to wrestle, if you knew how to cut a promo or anything. If you had the look of a big, powerful giant, larger than life, he was going to book you that way. Plain and simple.
Bobby's first WWE run.
Which explains the ultimate fucking warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. I've always understood that, like, why Lashley would probably be more on the Vince side. And I don't, it ain't even more on, like, being on creepy or nothing like that. It's just like I said, that's the dude that gave you a break. You're used to that booking, and now out of nowhere, you got to do a complete 180, and you ain't getting what you used to getting. Now with MVP, a lot of it sounds like sour grapes. But when y'all brought up that whole thing, the whole fact of is aging out, and we're not used to seeing people get aged out. We see it in other sports. This was essentially Bobby Lashley said, "Hey, I think I could be in the world title picture. How about that, y'all? How about that?" And they looking like, we think you'd be better with being like managing the Street Profits, and then we'll see what we can do. We might put you in the U.S. title picture. What? Oh no, I think I just want to be over to Raw and put me and Gunther together. It's like
those matches sound interesting, but like the problem is like you want Gunther to be the dominant big bad on Raw, so you can't have him in a match where like he's gonna get just destroyed by Lashley, and it has to be like this because if you put Gunther and Lashley in a match, Lashley's gonna be the more dominant competitor.
Like, that's essentially how I'm seeing how MVP,
just because of size,
MVP and Lashley that's probably how they've been booking themselves or pitching themselves. Man, let's put me and Lashley together. Bring the Hurt Business back, man. Just put us a bloodline. Like,
that's not a bad thing. The issue is the bloodline. Like,
right.
the title is clearly around Cody, waiting to see what we're doing with the bloodline. It's like he's not losing to anybody unless it's like The Rock. Or like, I don't know, maybe lose the Solo or something. Like,
right.
That bloodline
he's
story.
He's losing it to a Samoan. End of story. He's losing it to a Samoan.
I said, like, it would be a great match for Cody. Is a little feud with Bobby Lashley would be cool. And you could have put the belt off and put him on Cody. But if you're looking at like what they're trying to do,
it's not going to work.
Yeah, and it's nothing against Lashley. I think, I've said it before, I think Lashley's incredible, but it's just right now.
It's not his time. It's not his time.
It's not. He can go to AEW and be a world champion in no time if they choose to do that. But we've seen how hosses and big guys and powerhouses are treated there.
But hold on. If he goes to AEW, he's not getting that belt no time soon. Because right now you got Danielson. Then you're going to have Ospreay. Then you're going to have Okada. Then you're going to have Omega when he comes back to beat Okada for it. Like, he's going to be like 5th or 6th down the line to even think about that belt.
Lashley going there to get a belt is like Samoa Joe, how it took him a long time when he got to AEW to finally get that belt. And like by the time he got it, it's like, yeah, that was cool. Too bad he's losing in a month. Like that's exactly what happened with it. he's not going to have a dominant 1 year, beat the shit out of everybody run anywhere except maybe TNA. Really about it.
Right.
And if you don't want to work at WWE, you're not going to go to TNA because WWE and TNA right now we're like this.
Right.
So maybe you'll go to do some Bloodsport and GCW. That's what MVP's doing. Shelton's doing some. We'll go to Japan. But yeah, it's just, athletes, top tier athletes age out eventually. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing against anybody. That's just when you get fired and you get let go when you're in like your mid-20s, it's because it wasn't for you. When your contract just flat out runs out and you're in your late 40s, that's because you were able to stay around and dominate for so long. You got to gracefully age. There's nothing wrong with that at all. At all.
And it's essentially what Randy Orton is probably setting himself up for.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. Listen,
Randy actually mentioned
knows their bodies ain't gonna take this shit.
Yeah, and that's why all their styles change. Like Randy is
AJ,
lot,
especially AJ. Like
AJ. Oh my god, AJ is not the flyer that he used to be, and he knows that. That's why he built up.
That man turned into Davey Boy Smith.
That's why he. What do they say in Always Sunny? Is like they're something mass or like adding mass or whatever. That's what AJ did. Like he can't do the fucking spiral tap, the springboard, corkscrew three. Like he can't do all that shit as much anymore. He'll do the phenomenal forearm. He might do the springboard 450.
That
but
man
like
said,
he's not the flyer he was.
Goodyear blimp.
Yo, because you know what it is too? When you get to a certain age and you still doing something that's physical, you try to put on a little bit of mass so that way you don't hit as many bones and shit when you do fall.
And he's just aging. It's like, it don't matter. At some point, he's just going to be like, all right, I'm tired of trying all this eating well stuff. Like, I'm eating as good as I can. I'm just old.
That's why Randy said that's why when dude said Randy was 275, Randy said, you better take that up. I've been eating.
Randy said he ate a whole tub of Nutella, ate a whole jar of it.
But, oh, God. Randy's been saying a lot of shit lately that I'm like, you know what? He might be my goat. Just as a person outside of the ring, like, you know what, Randy, you and me.
Randy Orton, in his spare time, smokes weed, plays Call of Duty, and when he's high and has
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring, that motherfucker.
And Elden Ring has over 600 hours on Elden Ring, and when he's high and has the munchies, he eats a jar of Nutella.
Like, bro, is that not the perfect life? And he's got a hot ass wife, and he's got kids that got a pool. Like, bro is living life.
And he got a new back.
He got a new back.
That's gonna last him another 20 years.
Right.
Next up, this is something that like it's really a nothing story, but people got weird about it over the weekend, so we'll talk about it. The Asuka contract rumors. No, Asuka has not been released by the WWE. Asuka injured. She is injured.
Hurt. You heard every female in the locker room say, "Oh yeah, Asuka's being held together by duct tape and bubble gum. We glad she getting some time off the hill." Every person in the locker room said that, like, she needs this time off. That poor girl been working hurt. Like
she literally made a post and put like my knee with the crying face emoji. Like it was people. Some dumb person on wrestling Twitter apparently just assumed they were trying to say that Asuka, because she hasn't been around, has been a quiet release. And I'm like, she's hurt. We know she's hurt. Like, she put up a post saying her knee. Like, and on top of what Kenny just said, they were already telling us, all the girls in the locker room were saying, Mama's hurt. She's just getting by.
Right. So, I think it was Nia that the interview they had with Nia, where Nia pretty much broke it down on what Asuka was dealing with. Like, she's dealing with like torn stuff in her knee, like pulled ligaments. Like, she told everything. Like, yeah, Asuka was literally duct taped together, going out there putting on top-notch shows for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yo, people are stupid. The woman had surgery to fix herself up. Let her be great and fix herself up. End of story.
Like Greg said, all she doing is just resting and recovering and playing video games.
Yeah, doing weird like ramen things on her YouTube channel, going to breweries. Like she'll be back. She'll be back. She's fine.
Right. Relax, people. Relax.
That's the thing. I love
way too much.
I did see one comment that was like, "Oh, this could be like Bobby Lashley." It's like, no. The difference is Asuka has always been booked in WWE as one of the greats. Yeah, as a top, pretty much nonstop. And she also, even though she's gotten to the point like her age, I'm not gonna say what it is, but she's still performing like if she was in her 20s.
And Triple H,
she's not going anywhere.
And the thing about it is too, you can tell this was a bad time for her to get hurt because you could tell she was actually enjoying what she was doing. This new version, Damage Control with her homies Kyrie and EO in it, and Dakota, she was really for her. Right, she was legit happy. Like her crew is back together.
Because the way I looked at it was, all right, y'all brought Kyrie Sane back. That's essentially telling me Asuka is basically done in the women's world title picture scene. She's going to be Asuka, but she's not going to be Asuka. But you put her with Kyrie Sane. You got Kyrie Sane, the Kabuki Warriors. Oh, they can do something in the tag team scene.
I was getting ready to say she's about to be
still be Asuka in the tag team scene.
I was just getting ready to say, Matt, what they're about to do is turn Asuka from the greatest singles female competitor to now the greatest women's tag team competitor. She's about to go on a 17-time run with these tag team titles now. You hit the nail right on the head. Like they got people that can go to that level. Exactly.
They can extend her career once she gets this knee completely healed and rehab. Her and Kyrie can go on a tag. They can essentially flesh out this whole tag team scene with the Kabuki Warriors. They can let them go on a long ass tag title reign. They could do whatever because they're a tag team. They're taking the weight off of being a singles competitor. They're taking that weight off of each other. They're extending both of their careers.
And that's an actual team that can be competitors for Jade and Bianca. So that way Jade and Bianca can have believable losses. Because we know the Kabuki Warriors are a legit tag team. So, and we know how skillful they are individually, which is the same thing that we know about Jade and Bianca. We know how skillful they are individually. So now you have 4 individually skilled women. So that way, a loss for Jade and Bianca is so much more believable to the Kabuki Warriors.
Yeah, that honestly might be the only team that doesn't seem out of the ordinary and like a strange choice to just flat out beat them. It really might be the only comment. Like maybe if you're into EO and Kyrie, if Asuka's not back anytime soon, that'd be fine. But like, there's nobody else. And these other teams are just not up to snuff yet.
Oh, his loss, Kanisha. You should send him a picture and say, "This is what you missed out on, nigga."
Next up, we got some Bryan Danielson stuff. Danielson, so we know his contract's already expired, right? He is set to face Swerve for the world title at All In.
Win.
He was interviewed recently and was asked about what he was going to do as far as like not being under contract. And he said that he wants to help as much as he can. And he says, I am willing to participate, which to me sounds like, look, I'll help out, but like, don't call me first, don't call me immediately. And he was asked if he had like any text from any other promotions that might want him or might want him back. And he said he has not heard anybody ask anything about him being on a contract, but he has 4,000 unread text messages. So maybe they're in there somewhere. So I think a lot of it more, this is just like Brian just fucking with people, as he always does. Man loves to lie. I mean, that was one of his like early quotes. Yeah, he learned from Cody Rhodes. Lying is fun.
I 500% believe that man is going to officially end his career in WWE.
I still think he's gonna go to WWE, but he's only gonna be there as Daniel Bryan on a Legends deal. Like he's not gonna. The most we might see him do is a flying kick, whatever his little.
Yeah, he's not gonna be a world champion over there again.
Like I don't see him wrestling. He's gonna mostly be there to do like a kick and then be like, yes.
Right.
Which, considering his various problems,
he's the best fucking choice.
Yeah.
I'll take him back on commentary. I'll take him back being
let him get back on commentary and his love of bears. I want to hear Bear Hug loving Daniel Bryan back.
I want to see the hate between him and Miz.
I like him.
God. That was a natural hate, and I loved it.
Let Miz be the Raw GM. Let Bryan be the SmackDown GM. Now that's a Survivor Series people are going to be invested in. Those motherfuckers.
We get so many gifts back from DB.
Daniel Bryan and his love of dirty jokes was hilarious.
Amazing.
James Ellsworth, the hog. Like this motherfucker is hilarious. He's so funny.
Dude, being such a child on air.
Gotta love it. He's all of us. He's all of us.
He's such a child. He's such a dork, but he's so funny. I don't know. I keep going back and forth on it. He might win it all in. He might not win. Like I'm thinking that he might win it, and then like he's around for a little bit, and someone beats the shit out of him. But also,
that's the thing. Someone has to beat the shit out of him because if not, he's going to retire that night with the belt.
Yeah, and we just did that with Sting, with the tag titles.
Down with this whole story, where I have just said, "Fuck it, I don't care." Not to where I don't care. I'm at the point of I'm invested. I'm ready to. You gonna shock the shit out of me, whatever happens, because I don't know. And that's basically it. It's just like, I don't care. I'm ready. Whatever happens, happens. I'm ready to be.
You're just excited for the match, actually.
Right. I'm just ready to be entertained at this point.
And that's a good problem to have for them. That's a great thing.
I've gave up. I've given up on trying to feel like, does this man care about his life? Or is he going to win? Or they just going to just murder him? You know what? I don't even care no more. Whatever happens, the fuck happens. They like his Sting, where we knew Sting was going to win.
Like this is definitely one of those, somebody. Let's get it. It's like Mongo said. It's a good problem to have. Having a problem where fans are overall excited about your product is a great thing. Like we've said this on a million and one occasions. AEW has the fucking talent. This is one of the stories where you actually probably have some writers doing it, which is why we're so vested in it.
Because like y'all said, because y'all hit the nail on the head right there. You can have DB win, but then it's really a choose your own adventure at that point. Right. Do you want him to be the legendary champion just getting by? Or do you just want to choose the route of, all right, he's just getting by, and then eventually, he gets murdered?
I vote murder. We know that.
I also vote murder. I second the murder.
I vote murder. Like, he has to be fucking destroyed.
Or you want to take this the pussy way out, the Bret Hart, day after Survivor Series 97, the route he wanted to go. Come out the next Dynamite and relinquish title. And then we get a good old Matty Rhodes. Good old Matty's Deadly Games. for the AEW title. The Deadly Games tournament. Because they love tournaments in AEW.
No, I don't.
They damn sure do. They damn sure do.
I just said Deadly Games just to be different. They love them some tournaments. So let the man win, and then he can relinquish it on Wednesday. Or let him get murdered in his ceremony trying to relinquish it. Gets murdered, he ain't got no choice but to relinquish it. Gets murdered by Swerve. Swerve could be a sore loser. Like, you know what? If I can have this title, nobody else can. What?
Nah.
See,
I want somebody.
Like,
Nah, I want somebody to come out the blue and first clothesline this motherfucker so hard he grows back his fucking the size of his hair. That's how hard I want them to fucking
Daddy over here being nasty.
And then after that,
this is the horniest the chat's been in a minute. Yeah, it's
right.
Between her and Kanisha.
Kanisha kicked it off. And Kanisha, don't forget, put a nipple in that picture when you send it to him too.
What happened?
Put everything in there.
Matty Rose,
put the goodies in there and let him see.
Matty Rose gets back to 100%, and now everybody horny and all this. See what happens?
Batty, I'm pretty sure you got a couple of people that you got on speed dial that you can come wax that ass. So don't even worry about that.
Oh my God. Next up, speaking of AEW, Jay White expected back in the ring soon. He's been gone a month. Do y'all remember?
No.
When they stripped?
No.
Yes.
What part of fucking no? Did you not get
of the trios titles, and then they had a whole unification? I was like, all right, cool. And then they said, psych. Because those titles have been super just ununified.
Yo, literally, they just kind of low key was just like, yeah, we was playing.
It was just so stupid because why would you not let that group just freebird the belts? Like, what's the issue with doing that? I don't see it. They did it, and nobody liked the decision. I don't think I saw anybody, even like pro AEW people, that are like, "Oh man, smart." Like, no, what the fuck just happened? You just spent all this
freebird it. That's why it has a fucking name. It's not like it's something that's just made up. It has a name for a reason. It's part of wrestling. That's like I tell people all the time. Like when you play cards and let's say with spades, there's a term called reneging. And people are like, oh, you reneging, that means you don't know how to play, you cheating. No, it's not. It's a part of the fucking game. That's why it has a name and there's consequences if I fucking get caught. If I don't get caught, oh fucking well. It's a part of the game. Like free bird rule is a part of wrestling. Why couldn't they do it?
Right. That's essentially what they've done with the title.
Nigga, please.
Cookies. Of
Nigga,
all the people.
Please.
Of all the people. You were one of the horniest motherfuckers in our chat. Not even a question.
Nigga, look at this. Shut your punky ass up.
But yeah, it's because it's not like AEW hasn't let someone hold a belt through their injury before. We've seen Athena do it for forever. You know, Wheeler Yuta was injured for 6 months, was still a champion.
Didn't even know this nigga was injured. That's
like, well, it's like if that's because this report and it's from this is actually. It's either from PW Insider or Fightful, but it said that like he was never expected to be gone long. It's like, well, if he wasn't expected to be gone long, then why did you strip the belts if he's back in a month? Just don't have a title match before he comes back. Y'all already don't do the 1 month thing, which is fine. Like y'all already don't do that. Y'all already have champions that hold belts forever and don't defend shit. You took the Ring of Honor tag titles for no reason. And, you know, now they're on Dustin Rhodes and the Von Erichs, which is fine, I guess.
And Dustin is also the tag champ with Sammy.
Yeah, Dustin went to ROH and in 1 month has gotten both sets of tag titles.
He said, fuck this. I'm the GOAT.
I want to ask about that, but I guess I can wait till Thursday, even though Kenny, you won't. I can get your comment on it later. But I saw people that were upset about like Dustin Rhodes having both of those titles when there are other teams in Ring of Honor. And, like, I get it. Like, the Infantry is a great team you could put the belts on, but
we don't see nobody. We don't see
like
nobody.
Ring of Honor, nobody watches Ring of Honor really.
No one cares.
Dustin Rhodes
don't see it.
Dustin Rhodes is at least a name, you know. I guess it makes it. Maybe don't put both those sets of belts on them, but also Dustin Rhodes is a name. I think Dustin Rhodes and the Von Erichs being together, especially after the movie The Iron Claw coming out,
it was a smart move.
It was a smart move. It was weird how we got to it. Maybe you could have had Dustin manage the Von Erichs into a tag title run instead of just being this weird thing with Christopher Daniels. But it's fine. Maybe it's possible. But yeah, it's Jay White's back soon. I probably going to be in the Casino Battle Royal, I'm guessing. You know, they promise big surprises, so that will probably be a big one. I'm sure the fans over there would just lose their shit if they saw Jay White. Last bit of AEW news before we get into Raw. Saraya, former AEW Women's Champion, Saraya's contract expires next month. This is breaking as of today. They are.
Trips is going to say, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
They are both trying, you know, Saraya's looking to negotiate. There's an option for another year they can do, or they could actually do a brand new contract. Saraya is one of those people that like crowds love, but fans can't stand, you know?
Yeah.
Part of it's because of her boyfriend, I think, but also like there's this weird divide on Saraya.
It's, you know what it is? It's fans know her dirt. Crowds don't. Because usually the crowd, it's a casual crowd or whatever the case may be, so they don't really know her dirt. Fans know her dirt. Fans know that she was out there deflowering the guns. Fans know, you know, like my man who said in the rap, gonna be all X-rated like Xavier. You know what I mean? So I think that's what it is. Fans also know, like you said, of her previous old boyfriend. And unfortunately, fans don't let go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She dates a fucking turf from Cookies. Batty says the boy is a rapist and a woman hater. She defends him so far. I'm guessing that's the that's the singer of that band that does her theme song.
Mm-hmm.
That people just hate, and I guess by proxy also hate. Would y'all re-sign her if you're AEW, or would y'all let her go?
I mean,
again, crowds in arenas love her. Crowds at the show love her.
She brings in some money, so she's gonna stay. If I'm AEW, I'm definitely gonna try to re-sign her because I know if I don't, she's immediately going back to WWE. She's immediately going back to WWE. Papa Trips is in charge. Papa Trips is in charge, and that was, like I said, her papa, because Steph was his mama. Mama Steph and Papa Trips is in charge now. So
those two do love them some Paige, aka Saraya. TK can only keep her,
like, I just feel like if
like Trips was ready to go to war for her with her ex-man. Like, keep your ass away from her, motherfucker.
Yeah, I just don't. I feel like it comes down to I don't see WWE letting her wrestle. So if she goes, AEW is going to let her keep fooling around in there.
Because I don't think she ever got cleared by their doctors. So I don't know if they would get. But Cookie's point is where I'm like, I think she might stay because her brother Zach is signed there now, working Ring of Honor, but signed there now. So maybe they stick around there for that reason.
Yeah.
She's good. Like, nothing wrong with her. It's just that she's very divisive, and we've seen how AEW's fans can really, on a dime, and it is that kind of stuff has negatively affected a lot of careers, whether they deserve it or not. Some of them do. Some of them damn sure deserve it.
And I just look
like
at
Marty
it
Scurll, 1,000%. You know what I mean?
I look at it like this. Why would you bring somebody like her in when you just got rid of the two problems, essentially, in MVP and Lashley, who were basically very outspoken in how they wanted to be booked, essentially. I'm sure she is going to be very outspoken as to how she wants to be booked.
I'm not too sure about that. I think there's like I said, a kind of dad respect there for Trips, where if Trips tells her, yo, if anything, I can see Trips saying, no, you're not going to be in the world title scene, but we are getting ready to introduce this. We did introduce this mid-title scene here in NXT, and NXT needs help right now.
Yeah,
that was like. Sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
No, that's good. That's a good point, Kenny. NXT is her best bet. I don't see her on main roster.
Maybe she goes there. I don't know. I do think Kenny's right about like Trips having some kind of love for her, because like that was like his first women's wrestler that he like brought in and made sure there was a big, like, that was one of his first NXT projects that got and exploded. You know, that was like a major success for him. So, you know, maybe. I don't know where I want to see her, to be honest with you. I don't think she's going to get the AEW World title back. But also, who the fuck knows with that division? You know, they got one really good storyline going with Mariah May and Toni Storm. But outside of that, you know, the Sasha or Mercedes Britt thing is not really hitting for a lot of people. We've seen Willow and some others kind of get put on the back burner because of things when they were getting really hot earlier this summer.
Right, like
Willow and Chris Statlander were fucking on
burning it.
And just, well, now they're doing nothing because, you know, Athena's never letting go of that title, and they got that belt on Sasha, and then this belt might go to Mariah May.
Maybe. You know what needs to happen? They need to literally start incorporating ROH into their other weekly programs. They really have to do that. That way, people, you know what? You do that, and you're going to have people wanting to possibly spend that money for Honor Club. You know what I mean? Introduce it to us. Don't just, oh, this is it. No, put on a couple of, give us a half hour Ring of Honor in the middle of fucking Collision, or in the middle of the Dynamite. Give us a half hour. Give us two matches. This is your Ring of Honor, right dead smack in the middle of it, where we can't change the fucking channel. Now, oh shit! Now I want to see what else is going on with these two motherfuckers from Ring of Honor. What the fuck is this pure championship shit? Oh, word. Oh, okay. I want to see more of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, introduce it to us so that way you can make money off of them. So that way you can do it, bro. And then you can have people like Saraya win ROH titles and stuff like that. You can have those ROH titles mean more, where you don't have to put them on Dustin and stuff like that. Where Sammy holding the tag title right now is actually pretty fucking big. It should be bigger than what it is.
Yeah, you have two big AEW names holding that gold. That should be good for them
on television.
See what happens? Right. Yeah, on Collision.
It should be on. It should be like, come on, like this should be going on like on a regular. I shouldn't say introduce. Give ROH the exposure it needs to prosper.
Yeah,
Because it's not introducing it to us. Because we know what ROH is. It's not introduced. Give it the exposure it needs.
Yeah, like you said, the talent is absolutely there. AEW top to bottom, incredible roster. Whether it's AEW or
hands down,
ton of talent. Like Shane Taylor Promotions is doing jack shit, but like, you know, there are a lot of people that in a Ring of Honor, they're just like, they're great, but they're just not doing anything.
Seen. Because they're not seen.
Yeah.
You can't be great if you're not seen. Show us them. Please.
And don't bring them to Collision. Because what they're doing lately is they're like, a Ring of Honor talent's coming to Collision to face Switchblade Jay White. It's like, okay, well, that's just going to be a quick.
That Collision should have been ROH.
They bring all those people up just to get their asses whooped on Collision in like very predictable, quick matches. It's like, this is not what y'all are known for. Y'all are known for like giving people that we don't really know that well a big shot and having them compete. But with this, what they've been doing is just, hey, they're on TV. They're there, but they're losers. Right. So I don't know why you give a shit and go to Honor Club.
Right. Like, come on. You got people like fucking Jay Lethal being a fucking bum.
Bro, what a fucking waste of talent. God-gifted talent. What a shame. He is Austin Aries without the bad problems. He really is. He is just like, it's sad, but that's what they want to do with him. Stick him with Jeff Jarrett and Sanjay Dutt and, you know, the big guy, and just that's it.
Right.
Okay.
And now gender.
Yeah. Can't handle the gender, baby. We have another thing we can talk about, but we can just kind of add that into the Raw show. So let's talk about Raw. Because right now the Wyatts aren't scheduled for anything on the show. There's a rundown card that like has like, these are the things that, you know, these are the matches, and then these are the segments that might be happening, and nothing says Wyatt on it. But a recent tweet from the Wyatt 6 page gives a hint as to what their next target's going to be.
They're going to beat the shit out of Pitbull.
Yeah.
Light-skinned Pitbull about to get back on big, baby.
So, you know, the gibberish, last chance. This translates to life is a series of last chances. So, which is more like, hey, you attacked Maxine last week, but there's always a chance for redemption if you just, you know, follow the buzzards. But if not, Nick is gonna have you hanging in a meat locker.
And you know what all this is? It's basically saying like you American made. Y'all still ain't learned y'all's lesson.
Pretty much, this shit sound like, yeah, keep fucking around. You about to old yellow your ass. You about to go around to the woodship. Just come on, we're gonna take a ride to the fields.
Right.
Take a ride to the fields real quick.
And Ivy has a match tonight against Maxine. So
yeah, well,
like Ivy just says, Ivy gonna die.
Yeah, Ivy gonna die. Ivy gonna die. Who's gonna die?
Gonna be a long match because Maxine can't do long matches, but it's enough to just Nick is obviously gonna do something here. I can't see her not doing anything.
Right.
Sheamus and
start barking at each other.
Nikki Wood.
Right.
1,000%.
That's the thing. That's a complete reality. I can see it happening.
If anytime someone's like, I wonder if Nikki would, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you're about to say, yes, she'll do it. She's nuts. Sheamus is going to take on Pete Dunne in singles action.
Pete Dunne got to wrestle tomorrow, so
Pete Dunne literally.
Yeah, he needs to not lose both nights.
I was hollering. Pete Dunne literally said, "My fucking name ain't Butch." Cookies, you was right. This man is whipping Sheamus's ass because he let them call him Butch. Supposed to be my boy, and you fucking calling me boy. Ain't no fucking Butch.
Yeah, that's
like
Butch. I did like Sheamus's response to like, "Oh, actually, you misheard me. What I called you was bitch." It's like, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, good call, Cookies.
Right.
Randy Orton's going to do a promo after hitting Gunther with an RKO last week, meaning Randy's about to get his ass whooped tonight, probably.
Oh yeah.
Randy's about to have a fucking handprint that goes from the back of his neck to his spine, and that's going to be one fucking chop.
I mean, nasty. The New Day and Odyssey Jones against the Final Testament. Why are people so invested in Odyssey Jones? When the fuck did that happen?
I don't know.
Like, immediately.
I can't even all the NIL.
Are you whoa? Are you having a when the fuck did Odyssey become a hot commodity moment?
I might. I didn't want to take your trademark, but I mean, if you're gonna say it for me, then yes, that's my question. When the fuck did Odyssey
Welcome to the club. Everyone has one.
I've been thinking it. I'm like, I don't know why this dude all so good, but okay.
Like he's getting like he's getting the hypest. He's getting huge numbers on Raw on like their whether it's their numbers on the ratings, whether it's on Twitter or YouTube. Like he's popping. It's like, what the fuck?
Right.
What? Why?
You know what it is? I'm gonna be
honest. Where
honest.
do these Odyssey fans come from?
It's not so much Odyssey is getting popular by default. People miss Big E.
Yeah, that too.
So he is unfortunately right. They missed the New Day being. I've said it a million times. The New Day doesn't work as a tag team for people. They missed them being a trio, and unfortunately, Odyssey is coming in at the right time for him for his career because he needs it, but under false pretenses from the fans. It's not his fault. The only thing he can do is just try to ride it out and make the best of it, which is what he's doing. So I don't knock him for that. He's getting the opportunity, and he's what you call it. He's making the best of it.
And he's a big, strong bastard. We saw him pick up both members of AOP with ease. So
I don't even like this match because both teams honestly need a win.
Yeah, the Final Testament. The Final Testament hasn't won anything.
Right.
Ever.
And I don't know what's the point of that group if they're never going to do anything. What are we doing? It's not people who are like, look, I'm not going to be shocked if those contracts just expire because clearly they have nothing for them.
Send AOP back to NXT.
Shit, send them to TNA.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Send all the Final Testament to fucking TNA.
Absolutely. Have them go after ABC for the tag titles.
And then change their contracts to TNA.
Make them niggas permanent.
It is a shame. It is a shame. It is a waste of talent. It really is. But I don't know. It's just.
You can take Jensen and Sean Spears and AOP and all Final Testament. Boom! There you go.
All right.
Yeah, man.
But give us Tavion back. Oh no! You're not keeping him.
Yeah. God, Tavion is getting fucking.
They can even keep Charles Dempsey. He got a cut.
Oh.
There you go.
All right, but we keeping Tavion. Tavion stays home.
Tavion back.
Tavion stays home. Damn it! He's just on land out there. And he's showing the fuck out in Japan right now, putting on a goddamn show.
Tito said this. Man, I miss Jake Doring. I hope Big Jake's doing okay.
Yeah,
I haven't heard anything about him since he had to go away for his cancer treatment. I hope he's all right.
Right.
Big Jake is a good dude. We got a tag title match tonight. Damage Control versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. The Pure Fusion Collective, right? That's the name.
Yeah.
Strat Pack. Versus the Unholy Union.
Ass.
I
don't care who wins this match. If Unholy Union wins, if we get new tag champs,
I'll go and tell you right now, Raw's not starting Io Sky. Raw is.
I think
I think not.
Yeah,
I think not.
I think the fuck not.
Nope.
I'm not. We are not taking those losses. Absolutely not. And then, of course, the main event, not main event, but the main part of this card, the CM Punk response after he whooped Drew McIntyre with his own belt last week. I guess tonight we're probably going to hear about what their match is going to be at Bash in Berlin. Probably a strap match.
Yeah, bar type of
It'll be a strap match.
It's going to be a Chicago street fight in Berlin. Or a Berlin brawl. Or
at Berlin.
A Berlin brawl. Berlin bar fight brawl.
Bashing Brutes in Berlin. Reggie, your band.
For life.
Yeah. It's an interesting Raw. There's nothing. What I think is interesting is there's nothing here about the Judgment Day. There's nothing here about Liv and Dom and Rhea and Damian Priest. Damian Priest is facing Dom tonight.
We ain't got no
because
fans.
We've been building to him facing everyone in the Judgment Day. He already beat JD. He already beat Carlito. So if he wrestles tonight, logistically, Dom is next.
And he's going to beat the mustache off that boy.
Right. He going to die.
Yeah, he will. I think that's about it. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap this up?
I don't know. That's it for me. I'll see everybody tomorrow.
Don't see my podcast tomorrow.
I say, folks in chat, y'all wish Kenny a happy vacation. I'm about to say happy anniversary. Happy birthday.
Thank you, fellas. Thank you.
Y'all might see Mike on Thursday. Y'all.
What you go? I'm for those out there in TV land. I will be turning 43 tomorrow. My ass is over. No more.
Don't look a day over 36, brother.
Shit, tell that to this back. Tell that to this back.
Yeah, I'm the 36-year-old.
Thank you.
Folks, y'all can follow us at facebook.com/Under the Ring Pod. You can also find us at twitch.tv/Under the Ring Pod, where you'll know when we go live.
I didn't get there yet. Hold on, girl.
Damn, Kanisha, holy shit. I was trying to be nice. She went the other direction. If you go to any of those pages and give us a like, give us a follow, you'll know when we go live. We do Monday through Thursday. Sometimes Saturday shows. We're trying to watch anything. I think we're finally getting us a list together for what we're going to do in the fall regarding TV.
We're gonna
go there and you'll find out.
Here, folks.
Oh, yeah. You can also get us at Linktree and Fingertip /Under the Ring Pod, where you will get our links. We got me at Greg Bush SK. I'll be there posting things for Raw tonight. I'll be working tonight. That's my Monday job. Go there, give me some clicks, give me some love, give me some money. You can also find Kenny, the future birthday boy, at RockRibs44. Give him some love. Follow him there. I don't know. Send him some cash. Send him a couple bucks. Buy him a couple of beers or,
Listen, I
take
cash. I take cash.
I
put my cash app up. If that's the case. Fuck.
I'm just saying, man. Hey, celebrate. Help this man celebrate. Also celebrating Kenny's birthday brother, of course, Mr. Mike Jones at Mr. Freshman. Got my forever rival, our forever Intercontinental champion, and the current Are You Effing Serious quiz champion, Matt at The Right Answer. And, of course, our Ric Flair of UTR, the multi-time and current predictions champion, Tito at Boy Maliente.
So when we gonna break this nigga? When we gonna break this nigga back like Ric Flair so he can fucking lose his belt?
Hey! You brought him in. This is on you. You reap what you sow.
Because what, all in or all out, whichever direction it is, it's this weekend, I think. So Tito gonna have to put his title up.
Well, all right. Oh shit! There's predictions this week. Nah, I'll send my fucking predictions in through the chat. Fuck that. I ain't getting away.
Yeah, we got some predictions this week. And then last but not least, our good friend and local news correspondent Justin Devontae Baxley. Folks, we'll see you tomorrow. Talk about Raw, talk about NXT, talk about any other news that's happening. But until then.
Oh, Reggie, for sure. I definitely got one of those. Don't worry about it, boy. You know what's coming out.
Hey, do the Dom.
Hey, do the birthday Dom. Hey, do the birthday Dom.
Bitch.
Peace. Yeah.